This time. Can't get me. I feel
You
like this is the
ready?
first time in the history
We're
of our 30
live.
Tuesdays.
That you were ready?
Yes.
Welcome to 30 Tuesdays.
Woo woo.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Nikki.
Tonight we have with us our friend Erica. Erica, please do introduce
Hey,
yourself.
my name is Erica, and I'm a weird black girl who likes comics and books, and I'm also a disgruntled journalist. And I also host a podcast called Nerds, Herbs, and Words, where we basically smoke weed and talk about our favorite books and comics.
Ooh. Well,
I
welcome to the
like it.
tribe, but also I want to be a part of your tribe. That sounds like everything I like.
Okay, cool. Always. What you drinking?
Apple cider
Okay.
that Tanya and fam so kindly brought me
Dragon
from
Stout Fire.
their stuff.
Oh, yeah, we went pumpkin picking. Dragon
Yeah.
Stout Fire. It's 10%, so wish me luck.
Oh, brave for a
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
That's what
I
30
know.
Tuesdays is all about. If I didn't have a presentation tomorrow, I would be joining.
Well, I'm
Alas.
joining the libations with I got this Gary Payton cookies cartridge, cartridge. It's okay. It's good for sociable. It makes me not hate people.
What does it taste like?
Um, it's very light and airy.
Mm.
It doesn't really have like a flavor profile, but it does have like a scent. It's like slightly woodsy.
I was like, is it like basketball after the shower, like men cologne?
No, 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 no. It's just a marijuana cart. Yes, cookies is the name of the strand.
But Gary Payton was a basketball player. That's why I said
Yes.
that.
I'm
Yeah. It was
brain.
given. I was like, is it locker room?
No, it's
What
it's it's
does
it's more
locker room
like
taste like?
it's definitely a marijuana strand. I could see people being promiscuous with.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, get
that's
your
for our
little.
other podcast.
All right, so tonight we're talking about Ghostbusters. I mean,
Psych. Wait, back up. So Tanya's drunk. The dragon is dragoning. The
we're
stout has
not
come
talking
for
about
her.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, we can talk about Ghostbusters.
I said it so confidently too.
I was like, wait a
Like I put
second, is
my
that the
whole
wrong night?
body into it. No, let's try that again.
What up, Peter Griffin?
Hey, Peter Griffin. Tonight we're talking about Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
not
Beetlejuice.
Ghostbusters.
Woo! See, Erica, I like you already. Getting us a
So,
beat.
just warning, this may be a little bit chaotic on my end because I have a loose child and bad internet. So,
It's okay.
Free range donut.
yeah, I have them locked up right now. I have one locked up and one occupied with an iPad. So, we'll
This
see
is
how
how
it
you gotta
goes.
roll. And
You
and
burn time.
and later we'll be joined
Absolutely.
by Jack Shabak and AK
And
Watch,
all
who I
right.
believe is finishing up a stream about the boys.
Okay,
Yes, I
cool.
have to catch up on that too. All
Mm.
right, Erica, do you remember your first time seeing Beetlejuice?
Yes, I was definitely a little girl. So, okay. So, before I go into my whole Beetlejuice lore, love, hate, relationship, it definitely, I had to, when I was actually thinking about it today, like, Beetlejuice definitely opened me up to appreciating and knowing that I like dark fantasy. And I was
Mm.
having a conversation with somebody on actually my podcast about cozy horror and how I feel like
Mm.
Beetlejuice fits the bullet points of being a cozy horror because I like some horror. You know, I definitely love vampires and I love the concept of like death and other worlds and Hades and, you know, creepy crawly things, but certain horror aspects or movies I would not watch. But I love
Mhm.
Beetlejuice. I hate Tim Burton, but I love Beetlejuice. I love the movie. I love the cartoons. I watch the cartoons every Saturday right after the MC Hammer cartoons. I
Oh,
was
wow. Hammerman. Hammerman. Wow, with the 2 shoes. That's
Mhm.
hilarious. I haven't thought about that
I love
cartoon
when
in
we age
years.
ourselves.
I
Yes, I'm
watched it
definitely aging
yesterday for the
myself.
first time.
Was it still
I
funny?
didn't watch it. Wait, can you? I've never heard cozy horror before.
Yeah, please define.
I think I made it up, or maybe I saw someone else talk about it and I said I'm going to redefine it, but it was one of those things. But I like mystery, right? And you know, mystery and thrillers are usually kind of dark, murderous, and murder weapons and all of the triggers. But then
Mhm.
there's that aspect of murder books that's like cozy murders, like the Agatha Christie's, you know, what's that lady? Angela Lansbury, like those who done it where the person is already dead and you kind of like go through the story as the point of view of the person trying to solve it, like Sherlock Holmes. Like those are
Mhm.
mysteries, but they err on the side of cozy where they're not like everything is super graphic, like some
Yeah.
there things have already happened, so you're just trying to like solve the problem, so that it's like
Hmm.
considered a cozy. Or when they involve food, like when people get murdered by eating poison, or things like that, more cozy-ish.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of cozy horror. So Beetlejuice, The Addams Family, dark comedy horrors. I definitely love dramedies and
Mhm.
dramatic horrors like Interview with the Vampire on AMC. So it's not that I hate horror. I'm very particular about the horror, and Beetlejuice is one of the things that I like about the horror genre.
You've just given me a couple of different things. Like one of them is like when you say, as you're describing cozy horror and like Sherlock Holmes and stuff, and like Agatha Christie, I was like, oh, you're giving me like cozy fireplace horror, right? And then you're giving me
Mm-hmm.
like family friendly horror, like Beetlejuice or the new Dark Shadows, which I won't get started because OG Dark Shadows is a shit. Not like the soap opera one, but the way black and white Dark Shadows, which I would love to do a stream about one day.
I haven't watched the
Um,
OG one.
it's so dramatic and good. And the funny thing about it is that this is obviously, well, not maybe not obviously, but it's back when they were using film and the camera. So sometimes people would flub their lines and they just keep going. They wouldn't stop the take. People would
I
kind of
love
just be like,
that.
and then just start over again. So it's got a lot. It feels like very like theater on TV sometimes. Um, but yeah, so there's that, and then there's just like the kind of the whimsical stuff that Tim Burton is known for. Um, but yeah, I similarly
Does
love
anybody
vampires and all the
have an
things.
answer to this question
I've been trying to
before I say
Google it, but
something?
I got wrapped up
Oh,
in
I have no
in
idea.
cozy horror. Go ahead.
So Beetlejuice was actually supposed to be a lot darker originally.
Well,
Um,
goddamn, how darker can you
can
get?
you guys hear me okay?
Mhm.
How darker can
So
you
yeah,
get?
it wasn't really like a so there was like a few things. Like the accident was supposed to be way more graphic. I think the woman was supposed to like lose her arm or something, and they allude to it when they get back to the fireplace and she says her arm is cold or something like that. Um he was supposed to be way more malevolent and like rapey, and he wasn't supposed to want to marry Lydia.
Lydia,
He didn't want to marry Lydia. He absolutely wanted to like sexually
deflower
assault her.
her. Mm.
And he and at some point he what's the word? What is the
Transforms,
word?
takes his face off.
No, like he hurts her, but it's a much more malicious word.
Then assault,
Tim.
brutalize,
Yeah.
molest.
Mm,
Who
no,
wrote?
God, no. I don't. Hold on, let me look it up right now. Yeah, it was supposed to be darker,
Well, what the
and he
fuck?
was gonna
First of
actually
all, um, okay, so all those things
maim.
just shocked me. Maim. Ugh. Who's gonna rip her? Well, whatever. Never. No, that's another one. So Yeah, let's talk. I mean, that's crazy. And yeah, we do need to find out now I'm obviously gonna read the original now because I did not know that. I need to know
Yeah, it
what
was
goes
supposed to
into.
show them it was supposed to show them screaming for help as they drowned. Um
Hmm.
uh he was supposed to be a winged demon.
I would have been there for a winged demon. I like that.
And oh yeah, there was supposed to be another child, a 9-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
and he was going to mutilate her in the form of a rabid squirrel before revealing his true form.
That is dark. So wait, I'm wondering, did they like cut a version of this? Is there like the Zack Snyder cut of Beetlejuice that you can see?
You are
Because
so
No,
funny.
they just did a rewrite.
they just did a rewrite. I'm like, did they focus
Yeah, they
group
did
it
a
and they were
rewrite.
like, oh no, that's not gonna fly.
I don't know. Um
Mm, damn.
yeah, I don't they changed. They were just like, "Wait, let's not do this."
You just sucked
I'm
all the
trying to
fun
see.
out of my Beetlejuice.
Well, I mean, but
Oh,
can you imagine that version though?
Well,
I
I
don't
wouldn't have
know
been
how
allowed
they
to watch it as a child, that's for sure.
exactly, and I don't see how if they proceeded to do that, how they was gonna sell that to little kids because they absolutely sold
Yeah.
Beetlejuice in the same vein as like Chucky, where like
Mhm.
you know
Mhm.
it's scary, right? But kids like it because it looks like a funny scary, like a bozo
Yeah.
type comic clown. So I am like appalled because the cartoon just, kind of made him like a creepy Pee Wee Herman, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But nothing like that. Oh my goodness. I'm like, wow. But you
That's
know what?
terrible.
That just further fuels my hate for Tim Burton. And he probably has nothing to do with it. He was just probably the visual director, but
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
they this was the other fun bit that I had read that I forgot. The
I'm
original
so
choice for
afraid.
Beetlejuice was Sammy Davis Jr.
What?
So it was going to be this dark movie where a child gets mutilated by Sammy Davis Jr. as a winged demon.
And he was all of 4'8". That feels racist.
One of my friends was scared of him as a kid. Like she would cry, and if you like pretended to be Sammy Davis Jr., she would cry. I don't know why. He was like her what do they call it? Your night terror, whatever it's called. When you can't when you like you wake up but like your body doesn't wake up.
Sleep paralysis.
Could
Yeah.
you
Sammy
imagine
Davis Jr. was
like
basically her sleep paralysis demon.
so Beetlejuice would have been like a shaboing boing boing type of thing.
Stab, stab, stab.
I don't think I have ever been speechless on our stream before. And I'm recovering from everything you just told me.
I don't know
I'm
what made me
stunned.
decide. Usually I don't read that much about this. I'm be honest. Usually I don't read that much about the stuff that we talk about. But this one, like, I just, wanted to like read it. I started Googling and it took me to the Wikipedia, which like has all the I actually look at the footnotes,
The hyperlinks and shit.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
and like there's some really interesting like this was gonna be a completely different project. Like this was gonna be I mean, yeah, it was gonna be horrible.
I'm not mad at it. I want them to do it and call it something else. Just just leave it alone.
Yeah, I
Because
mean
like
that just seems like a completely different movie to me.
yeah, I mean, Erica, I think that you have a point that they're probably like, I mean, I don't know that they plan to franchise it when they first did this, right? But they wanted to make more movies. Just more movies if you bring your kids over and like everybody, you can see it as a family,
Mhm.
like your kid might have nightmares, but just for like a week. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
watching Beetlejuice as a kid, like you knew it was scary, but because Beetlejuice was kind of like the Homer Simpson of the underworld, it was just really ridiculous. Like he'll cut your head off, but then you're laughing because like he's eating boogers or something. Like
Yeah,
this was
yeah.
a
Like he'd
really,
fart
really
and stuff and then
Right.
suddenly he's not scary anymore. And Peter Griffin, yeah, I don't know where
So
he's from, but that ruffled tie, the ruffled front shirt front. gives it.
His
I
like
don't know.
ruffled tuxedo shirt.
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano was runner up for the role of Lydia.
Hmm.
And Angelica Houston was supposed to play Delia, but she got sick.
I would have loved her.
Again, would have
Me
been a completely
too.
different movie.
Yeah.
But that would have been such a different movie with Angelica Houston.
But
She doesn't
yeah,
have that frantic energy.
yeah, no, she doesn't. Was it? Is Maureen O'Hara or Catherine O'Hara?
Catherine O'Hara.
Who's more? Okay, Maureen O'Hara is
Yeah,
the older
Catherine.
actress. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara, who I
Yeah,
love,
Catherine
and I
O'Hara
just
has
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, like she walks in and you're just like, okay, this is a crazy artist woman. She's got like it's very like they're trying to give like New York energy, New York elite artist
Mm-hmm.
energy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't say that they're
Avant-garde.
wrong because I've met people like her. It is that they are a breed, they do exist. So yeah, Angelica Houston would have been cool too, but she's like far more chill.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara. I think she's hilarious. And I
Yeah,
love
she
that
just
just like chaotic energy she has and the way she like
mhm.
screams and
Like
stuff.
But she
sometimes she just
And
look
that
with
like
these wide
nervous
eyes, just
laugh
like
she does. She's like,
but I also think she's hilarious too in like a witty, uh
mhm.
kind of like bad, like villain type of way because I thought she was hilarious in Witches.
Oh,
yeah, she was
Angelica
really
Houston.
funny in Witches.
Yes.
Yeah,
Angelica Houston.
I love her. We should do Witches and the Witches remake.
Oh, I love Witches. Like I'm
Mm.
obsessed. That's like anything about witches. It could be bad story about witches. It could be like a terrible story. I'll probably still read it because it's just witches.
Witches actually gave me nightmares. Yeah, that's one that gave me
No, it just
nightmares.
didn't give me nightmares.
Yeah.
I think zombies give me nightmares.
Walking Dead gives me nightmares. I can't watch it anymore. Well, I stopped watching after they killed
Um,
Glenn, but like,
yeah, it got really whack. I stopped watching it too. It's for me, it's like demons and paranormal that gives me nightmares. Anything with really scary imagery, I can't do. So that knocks out a lot of Japanese horror.
I know they've got so much cool, scary shit. And I just like I can't do it. And
It's
Korean
too
horror too.
scary
I'm
for
like,
me.
But you
Yeah,
know what
Korean horror
I've
too. It's
done
too scary for me.
because I'm also like, a little punk when it comes to horror. I can't while I wish I could watch Japanese horror. I found that I can watch Japanese anime horror. Like I
oh, I
could
can watch
tolerate
that
it
too. Yeah.
because it's like
Mm.
hilarious. Like it's so ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you how bad I am at watching horror. When I was pregnant with Sulu, I went to go see it with my friend. And I got so scared during the movie that I started having contractions. And then I kept screaming. And throughout the movie, I kept having contractions every time I got scared. And I was afraid to go home by myself because it started pouring rain. And I thought it was going to grab me from the sewer. I think I talked about this on our last stream, Nikki. And then I saw a raccoon like run by. And like, when do you see raccoons in Manhattan? Like, you never see raccoons. And so I was having a full on meltdown. And my friend ended up coming to my apartment and spending the night with me because my husband was out of town. And when I went to my doctor's appointment, I was almost 2 centimeters dilated. So that's how scared I get with scary
Yeah.
movies.
Oh
Real quick,
I will
wow.
literally, you will
Peter
scare me into giving birth.
scare her into motherhood. Already frightening
It's
prospect
already
on
a
its own.
horror movie.
Peter
Uh
Griffin, I did a little Googling, and it says, according to the fandom of Beetlejuice, that he's approximately 600 years old because he says something in the movie about, I'm feeling a little anxious, if you know what I mean. It's been about 600 years. So
Oh, when he's
600
going
or
into the
more.
whorehouse.
So he's probably a little, I don't know, maybe 600 and let's be generous, 16 years old.
I'm gonna
Okay, so what is
stop my
Beetlejuice
camera for a second.
exactly? Is he a zombie? Is he a vampire? Is he a ghost? Is he
I
a
think he's just a. I
demon?
mean, I know he's a ghost. I
I think
throw
he's a
him in the
demon.
ghoul category, but I think that
Ooh, I like
there
ghouls.
is a demon called Beetlejuice, right? Beetle. That's one of
Yeah, I
There
think
was a
he's
star.
a demon.
Beetle. Hold on. Beetlejuice star, and it's a star in Orion's belt, I believe. Brightest near infrared source in the sky. Yes, it's the second brightest star in Orion's belt. So in the constellation of Orion. So if you look, boop, that's one that you see. Orion's hard to see right now, but wait a month or two, you'll see it as it rises on the horizon.
But yeah, I think he's supposed to be some kind of demon. But I like ghoul. I like ghoul. That sounds good.
Yeah, I like ghoul. No, somebody texted me. That was cool too.
Oh.
They're like, how was Sunday? I was like, puppy yoga was great. She's like, no, the jam session. I'm like, oh, that happened too.
Whoops.
Whatever.
Let's talk about the movie a bit.
Well, let's talk about the death.
What did you love? What did you hate?
I hate that.
How they died for that dog.
How they died for the dog. Because WTF. Also, like, I don't know, dogs. I won't say that they'll just run out of the way, but why was your dog wandering the streets in the first place? Like, alone. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I like this movie. I always like it. It always makes me happy when I watch it. I always find, because I've been watching it for almost my whole life now, I always find something else funnier or like funny that I hadn't like expected or that I didn't get at the time. The shirt that I almost got was Miss Argentina with her wrists up, but I figured that might be a little bit too dark for the stream.
It's kind of dark.
I'm getting the shirt anyway, though.
I like it though.
But yeah, it's just there's so much that's going on, and I think as I've gotten older, like when I was younger, I was like, oh my god, these people need to move out. Like these people need to get out of the house. Like, but now I'm like, well, you're dead and they bought it. And I get that you've got these attachments, but like homeboy's just trying to like, not have a fucking another nervous breakdown. And she's like, I don't want to leave the city, but if I'm going to live in this fucking country bumpkin ass house, then at least I'm going to have my art and a place to practice. And let's just be done with this ghost shit. I kind of get where they're coming from now. And I never did.
I loved how she turned the haunt. Excuse me. I love how she turned the haunting into a party trick. And I also thought the usage of Harry Belafonte was so interesting. Like, like why that choice? I didn't find an answer for that.
Yeah, still no. But and they listened to it throughout the whole movie.
I think it's because it's one of the only songs that maybe like, non-Black people know all the words to, or at least most of the words to.
I mean, as far as like Calypso,
that's how I thought that he was from the Caribbean.
Yeah, and I found as I got older, I found it offensive. I'm like, wait a second, this is not Calypso. I know what Calypso sounds like. This is
I didn't even know mainstream I could do the Calypso.
That makes me mad every time. I'll say that. It really pisses me off.
I didn't even know I could do the Calypso. That cracks me up. It's so.
But wait a minute, could you imagine if like Sammy Davis Jr. was doing that when they play Harry Belafonte? That would be hilarious.
See that? Yeah, I see a lot of ways this could have gotten weird. I mean,
weirder.
Yeah, Dark Beetlejuice. Yeah, weirder. Dark Beetlejuice. I just don't know. I don't know if I would love it the same. I mean, I guess I'd have to see it, right? Because I wouldn't have this one in my mind. I guess because I keep comparing what we have versus what could have been.
I'm glad we didn't get that.
Dark Beetlejuice.
Yeah, me neither. It's just I could see them doing Dark Beetlejuice. You know how they like take shows and like, take movies and they make them into TV shows and that they can go a little bit darker with them. Like I like Interview with the Vamp. Love both of them, right? And because they're two separate things. Hey AK.
Hi.
Welcome to the screen. Loving the lipstick.
I didn't change my name. I know where I'm coming, man. I have to be in full form. I couldn't put the costume together that I wanted. I figure I at least gotta, serve the lipstick.
Yeah.
Throw on a lippy. I love it.
Yeah.
This is Erica. This is AK.
Hi, Erica.
Hi, AK. Hi, how are you? Are we gonna talk
a little bit tipsy?
Good. Are we gonna have like 2 or 3 minutes to talk about Miss Minutes?
Sorry,
I haven't watched a new season of Loki yet.
Okay.
Me neither.
I don't want to spoil.
So
yeah,
Okay.
I haven't
really
had
good.
time yet
It's
either.
really, really good. y'all should catch up.
I know. I just have too many things. After
And Tanya,
yeah.
sorry, you're always on for my finale, so I'm gonna need you to catch up. Like,
I know.
Wait, when
I
is the
know.
finale?
In another 3 weeks, I want to say.
Oh, I won't be here.
2 or 3
All right.
weeks.
Damn it.
I'll catch up. I'm gonna stop.
Well, actually,
my
that it all depends on if I even get my channel back to stream. So,
Oh yeah, I saw you got a copyright hit.
on us, on the live stream we did about the freaking Wheel of Time. It's literally 4 squares of us, 4 black girls and Heidi.
Wow.
Talking about the Wheel of Time. Yeah. It was, I don't know what was claimed for that.
Yeah.
It's a bit absurd.
I don't know if I'm frozen for you guys.
No.
But I'm having internet problems tonight.
You were frozen for a second before you cut your camera on my screen anyway.
Oh, I missed it.
I can't even tell if my camera's on or off.
Oh, okay. It's on
Yeah.
and now you are frozen.
And now you are frozen, yep.
But we like your shirt, so that's cool.
Cool. Am I making a weird face?
No, you look like you're
No.
about to click to like highlight a comment.
Okay, cool. Because everything's frozen for me. And internet went out in my neighborhood, so I'm on a hotspot.
Oh, that stinks. Hey,
Yeah.
Peter.
Real trash.
But
Yeah, so where are
I'll
we in the
catch up on
conversation,
Loki.
ladies? Apologize for my lateness.
No, all good.
We were no
Jackie's
problem.
going to be joining
We were
us
talking
too.
about we were talking about how Beetlejuice was originally supposed to be really dark, and then they were like, "Nah, let's make this different." And I love Michael Keaton,
Me
so I love
too.
Michael Keaton as
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
This
I want to hit refresh, but I'm afraid of what might
favorite
happen.
roles.
Oh, you might lose us all, huh?
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just leave it and let it work itself out.
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
people
I've-
don't give Michael Keaton his flowers. Like they don't really give him his kudos for being Batman.
Erica,
they
let's
don't-
do it right
For
now.
Batman. Everything else is what people forget, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame.
No, Erica, start. You go first. In what else did you love Michael Keaton?
Batman.
He's so great. And I think with people, it's he's funny, right? Like we see him as
He's funny.
Batman and we see him as Beetlejuice, but you don't really like because he's funny. I enjoy I like him in Birdman too.
Oh, Tanya hit refresh.
Oh, well that means that she'll come back.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, she's the one running the stream.
As
Yeah,
long
I
as she
liked
comes
him in
back
Birdman
within
too
a few
because he was
minutes.
so like weird and quirky.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you should see it. It's I'm not gonna say
I've
it's
heard
great.
it is actually one of his, but everyone that I've talked to that has seen it has said that they really liked it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that it's like you either love it or you don't, and I feel like you have to be like in this corner of the world to appreciate it. Otherwise, you just be like, "What is he doing?"
I wonder when it comes to Beetlejuice, actually, if he had a driving hand in making it a bit more funnier. Because
I bet he did.
We're all used to Tim Burton, and and what made me think about it is I was watching something about Labyrinth earlier. One of the gold spots of my childhood is that movie was also supposed to be a lot darker, but then David Bowie got cast as Jared, and he was like, "Nah, you need
Really?
I'm out." Yeah.
Oh.
So that's we got a very different version of Labyrinth than we were originally supposed to.
I would have liked a darker Labyrinth. I feel like it could have used it.
Some of the undertones were still there. As much as I love that movie, there is that one little glaring bit that you can't really ignore. You know, Chris Hansen probably should have had to talk with some folks.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
You know, I would like to. I sometimes imagine what Beetlejuice would look like if it was created by Jim Henson.
Whoa!
Oh, so much goofier, I think. Oh wow!
But maybe not. You know, it's like it has the potential. If he was created by Jim Henson, it has the like. It could go really like kind of whimsical,
be dark,
but it could be dark because look at the Dark Crystal, right? A Skeksis. I went to Jim Henson permanent exhibition at Museum of the Moving Image here in Queens, well in New York, but in Queens, and like you see Big Bird, and I saw Rolf and Miss Piggy and Kermit. It was like for my birthday, and I was having the best time.
Miss Piggy.
And then I rounded a corner and came face to chest with the Skeksis, because those motherfuckers are tall. And I looked up and I was like, ah! I had no idea I would be so scared to see what in person, and oh, it was terrifying.
Can I tell you a secret? I've never seen the Dark Crystal.
Okay, Erica, have you seen the Dark Crystal?
No, I have not.
I was more a Labyrinth girl. They came out around the same time. I was all into Labyrinth. Never touched a Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal for me was one of those movies that I'd seen in German first, and then I saw it when it got released on VHS. It came out later, I guess, and I saw it. It was one of the ones that I kind of liked, but it was like over my head a bit, because it's it's political.
There was some extra going on, yeah.
It's got very like political tones and like injustice and this kind of stuff. And so I remember watching it again, and I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually a good movie. But then in 2020, Netflix released their Dark Crystal.
I heard
prequel.
that one was really good too.
Woo! It is. So
I see your head moving.
good.
You're back.
It is so good.
Yeah, I had to like
Highly
quit
recommend.
Chrome and come back.
I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, I would say watch the
it's
first.
on my list.
Watch the movie.
The original.
Yeah, watch the original, because the show is actually a prequel. But watch the original so
Okay.
you don't, when you go and you see like
So you're not lost.
the same thing, it's like, oh, like, okay, well, this is how it happened, because they didn't use, it's not like CGI, it's still puppetry and all these things, right? But it's just so much more vibrant and vivid because it was, filmed now. Yeah, highly recommend.
Nice.
I would love to do a stream on Dark Crystal movie and show.
Did you ever watch that other Jim Henson show that they had out?
The Storyteller, the one where they told.
I think it was
stories?
yeah. That's why when we said like Jim Henson could be dark, like that's what my brain first went to.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite
love that
shows.
series.
Yeah,
love that series.
Now I saw a few episodes of that series, and it was definitely darker than what I thought it was gonna be when I was a kid, but I had a tolerance for it.
Yeah, there's no waka
I
waka
really
waka
liked it.
in that show.
There's none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Beetlejuice.
Right, yes. Where were we?
We were just talking about just Michael Keaton being underappreciated as an actor. I'm thinking about him in Multiplicity too, and how I liked him in that also.
Multiplicity was hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Other Guys?
I think I did. I'm looking at the yes.
With Will Ferrell and
yes.
He is hilarious in The Other Guys.
I know. I need to put that on
Oh
my
my
list too.
god, that
Oh
movie
my
is
God.
so
It's
funny.
Will
I
Ferrell,
heard it was really good.
and Michael Keaton. And Michael Keaton is
and
just
Samuel L.
the
Jackson
absolute
and Eva,
funniest.
and Eva Mendes.
And The Rock. And
Oh,
it
that's
is
an all-star
so
cast. Why did I
funny.
not watch that yet?
Adam McKay. Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's really,
So
really
funny.
funny. You should watch it. So what would you do if your house... Well, okay, I can tell you what I do because my apartment is haunted. So what would you do if you found out your place was haunted? By ghosts like the main
I have
ones.
wait. I have a question before I answer your question.
Yeah, I need details.
Okay. So is it that my apartment is haunted and I have a budget to move like immediately? Or is it my apartment is haunted and I really got no choice but sage and salt?
But to deal with it.
Your apartment is haunted and you're in whatever exact position you're in right now, today.
I am calling New York.
Oh.
Actually, no, I wouldn't have to call New York. I would call my aunt and she would call... Actually, I think she would call Jamaica. Either Jamaica or New York. One of the two. Somebody's going to come to my house and some things will happen and I'll be
I'm calling my grandma. I'm calling my... Excuse me. Still getting over
Bless
it.
you.
Stupid cough and all the things. I'm calling my grandma to see what it is that I need to do and what color candles I need to burn and how many times I need to leave the windows open and turn around and like jump up and down and sing prayers before. Yeah. Because like, and it depends because sometimes jams, like when I first moved into this apartment, I was like, oh, there's something here, but it was giving me more animal vibes. You know, I was like, oh, there's like a dog or a cat. And sometimes I get the sense of that too, but now I have a cat here and whatever that was doesn't really come around very much. So that kind of thing I could deal with. But in my old house where we used to live in Germany, that place was haunted. Like I got pulled down my bed. I would wake up and there was somebody standing
Nope.
there, you know, like
Nope.
there was, and it wasn't the whole house. It was like one room in particular. Ugh. Some of the worst nightmares in my house happened in that house. I would always be battling demons and shit.
God, I
It's
regret
terrible.
bringing this up.
That room.
But yeah, so if I could move, if I
Nightmares
could,
now.
the thing is, I really like my apartment, so I'd have to be like, you know what? I know that you got some unresolved shit, but like, take it next door, please.
See, that's how I feel. I really love my apartment and my location, and so I'm just like, look, we're just gonna have to live here together. Are you cool with that?
You know, I'd be like in Bleach. Can we find somebody to like release your soul onto the next level? Like send you to Soul Society? Like,
call Tangina. Is that her name? Tangina? The little lady from Poltergeist that came by.
Oh, that little tiny lady.
Yes.
I don't know her name.
Yeah. No. I don't know. Erica, what would you do?
Smooth.
That's a really good question. I guess it would depend on how the haunted is impacting me. Like if they're just haunted because if it's just haunted because they just want to be acknowledged and appreciated, I would compromise. So I would do like, you know, some candles and, you know, whatever, incense, whatever. But if they're like trying to hurt me and harm me and scare me, yeah, I'm gonna have to call the Ghostbusters or a Pentecostal preacher.
I need an old priest and a young priest.
Yeah.
And and get some, you know, get some of that praying oil.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, ghosts like the Maitlands, you can live with them. They're nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
They
They're
like
just
make sure you study for your math test.
Stay out
I
of
would
the
have
attic.
luncheons with the Maitlands. Like, yeah, if I
Right?
get an A on my test, I get to go have a cool little flying dance off. Yeah, we can do that all day.
All right. So last time I added AK and everything fell apart. I'm gonna add Jax, and let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Ah, Jax, hello.
Hey.
Am I still here? If I freeze, I want to be stuck on this face.
No, I feel like your resolution may have even gotten better.
Why would you be rude like that?
Okay. I want it to be stuck like that. Hi, Jax.
Nikki, who's in your
Hello, Jax.
background?
Beetlejuice?
Hi.
Beetlejuice.
Seamus,
Y'all don't know Beetlejuice?
we have a guest.
Shamey Wamey. Hi, Seamus. Yeah. Seamus is a David Bowie
don't claw
puppy.
me.
He's got the blue and the brown eye. He's a Beastie. Super
Shout
duper
out to
cute.
Dragon
Yeah.
Stout Fire.
Shout out to Dragon Stout Fire.
I'm on my second one.
What is that like? What is that? That's a
What
beer
is that?
or
Explain.
Yeah, it's a Jamaican stout.
does it
There's
actually
never any
does it
alcohol here when
it's
I'm
like, is it actually stout though? Is it like
Yeah,
Stout.
it's stout. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
bit sweeter than Guinness. And Dragon Stout
10
Fire
times as
is
strong.
10%. Yeah, regular Dragon Stout is a regular like 5.6 or whatever, but Dragon Stout Fire, which I'm drinking, is 10%, and I'm on my second one, and it's a Tuesday, and I've been up since 7.
Those kids
Ain't no shame in your game.
Can I get
gonna put themselves.
Not counting the
Can I get a rundown?
wake ups just for the kids.
can I get a rundown of the drinks of the evening since I was late?
Ah,
Apple
yes.
cider.
Yes.
Apple cider, or are you drinking anything, Miss Erica?
oh no, I just got marijuana.
I have my saliva.
That counts. Okay, well, I got some rum for when I'm done with my
Always rum.
Jameson's.
AK is always good for the rum.
Okay, it's always
Extra
got
rum.
rum.
That's how you know she's an island
life.
gal.
Why is the rum always gone? Yeah, because of me. I was there. I did.
Maybe
Let's
the
not bring
rum's
up Johnny
always on
Depp,
AK.
right, Tanya?
Ugh, he's so ugly.
What happened?
I'm not supposed to call people ugly on the stream. I'm sorry.
Who are you talking
Tanya
about?
does not
Who are you
like
talking
Johnny
about?
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Oh.
I mean, he don't look like he used to. Like 21 Jump
No, it's
Street
not-
Johnny was
It's not
John
okay,
Juan
but
DeMarco
people's
Johnny.
looks.
John Juan DeMarco.
No, it's
Johnny
general,
was
it's
still okay.
It's not
But
nice. to
no,
John Juan
Jack
DeMarco.
Sparrow Johnny.
Jack Sparrow is everything.
He's questionable. He's questionable.
What is
Okay,
wrong with you?
Jack
He was
Sparrow
on the test.
himself. No, you misunderstand me. Jack Sparrow himself. Okay, he's cool, but Johnny in that stage, I'm saying, nah, Johnny, you got to go sit down now. You are definitely not the Nightmare on Elm Street Johnny anymore. You don't have that cute baby face no more.
I needed him to be
think he's
older
fine.
than that. Nightmare Johnny is too young looking for me.
That's because we're old women now.
Yeah, but even when I was younger, I didn't like Nightmare Johnny. Like, what's eating Gilbert Grape Johnny? I'm not into.
He didn't command the screen like he grew into.
Don Juan
when he
DeMarco
was in,
Johnny
Nightmare on Elm
was
Street.
fine.
Yeah, I think Don Juan DeMarco Johnny was one of the first time I was like, oh.
I think he's
Well, it's
even a
not
little
nice
bit
to
too
call
But
young
then I
on
was
that
like
so I
doing
apologize.
comparisons. I was like, but Don Juan DeMarco Johnny versus Marlon Brando at the same age, no contest.
I was saying it's
even
not-
I can attest to that. Marlon Brando was that dude. Even I could say that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
Marlon
Bounty.
Brando
was
He
fine.
good.
I wanted to
He
say
was
that it's
fine
not
in
nice
Indiana
to,
Bounty.
it's not nice to call people ugly, so I apologize. However, Johnny Depp does look like post roast beef chewed gum.
I like how
I
we
thought
went
it was
from roast beef to
oxtail.
oxtail, but that's because oxtail is expensive. We can't use it twice.
Oh,
No.
but it's
Johnny,
so tasty.
you know what? To me, Johnny Depp looked like he could be a character in The Outsiders. Like he looks like one of those.
Oh, yeah.
goofballs.
Yo,
Yeah.
he looks like an older. What was the character that
Soda
Rob
Pop.
Liefeld
Goldie
played?
boy.
Oh
No, not Soda Pop. No, Soda Pop I
Stay
think would still be
Gold.
pretty. Pony Boy.
I don't know.
You know, it's ironic that we're bringing up Johnny Depp during this podcast or whatever. It's because he's gonna be in Beetlejuice too.
Is he?
I think I remember hearing
Yeah,
that.
what do
I
you
remember
guys think
hearing
about
that.
this Beetlejuice too? What do you think about Beetlejuice too? Because I'm not really happy about it. I didn't want.
I haven't
another
heard
one.
that much about it. Do we even know what the plot is? What is even
I don't know.
going to be
If
the
Michael
story?
Keaton's on board, I'll at least watch.
Yeah.
I need Michael Keaton and
If
Winona
Michael
Ryder.
Keaton is on board, I'll watch.
She will be in it.
But
she's gonna be in it too?
I think Winona Ryder will be in it, and Jenny Ortega will be, I think, Lydia's daughter.
Okay, I could see that. I
will say,
are we getting
I'm not excited.
Gina?
I'll watch it.
Well, yeah, I think I have to watch it just because like my OCD isn't going to allow me to know that there's a sequel out there and I haven't watched it yet. So
Like Hocus Pocus 2, you had to watch it, even though it wasn't as good. You had to watch it, and there's talk of a number 3 coming out.
Leave the
I don't know
franchise
how I feel about
alone.
that. I don't know.
They're
Yeah,
making a number 3.
I like part 2, not as much as part 1, but I don't need a 3.
Yeah, part 2 was
That's
cute.
sad.
I'm like, I see you bringing it to a new generation. They got smartphones. I get it.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't need a third one. Like, wait
We
20
don't-
years and then give me a third one.
Yeah,
So
I think they made number 2 way too
So I
hit.
can hate it before I retire.
Can I just?
I don't think
Can I
20
just say that
years
this baby
long
is
enough.
this baby is still awake.
Of course,
So
he
is
is.
mine.
I'm being haunted.
I
for
am
real.
not surprised at
Peter
all.
Griffin, can you highlight that comment, please? Because
Yep,
that I
I
was
was
What did
just
Peter
out
just
for.
say?
I'd be here for that. I actually like that.
That would be interesting because if we pull in,
Oh,
and if you guys
man.
like watch the Beetlejuice cartoon,
Mhm.
that pretty much was him and Lydia's MO as they ran around solving problems
Hey,
in
guys.
Ghost Town. So that would be great.
Guys, maybe
Yeah.
we'll get AI Sammy Davis Jr.
Ooh. I don't
They
like that.
couldn't even get it out without laughing.
Unsubscribe.
Do you know what it reminds me
Pineapples.
of?
I don't want
You
it.
know how in I don't, Tanya, I guess you don't really watch Big Mouth, but in Big Mouth they have the ghost of Duke Ellington,
No.
and that shit always fucking annoys me. That's like how I feel about the ghost of Duke Ellington in Big Mouth is probably how I would have felt about this happening.
Isn't
can't
isn't a
stand
ghost
Big
of
Mouth
Duke
for more than 10
Ellington?
minutes.
Isn't the
Mhm.
ghost of Duke Ellington Jordan Peele?
I think so.
Is it?
I think so.
I think
don't know.
I know
watch
he's.
Big
I
Mouth.
see his name in the credits on the show. So
Which one's which? Who's Key and who's Peel? I can never get them straight.
He is the
skinny,
tall
light-skinned
one.
one.
The tall, skinny one.
Okay.
Peel is the shorter, thicker one.
Okay, 'cause I've been watching them more and more lately. They're like, I don't think they're like, to me they're underrated even still.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
That
they
show
need to
was
be out there
hilarious.
way
Oh, yeah.
more.
I feel like when
Absolutely.
they first started, I wasn't that into it, and then as like they got into it,
They
then
grew
I
on
started
you?
to appreciate it. Yeah.
I never watched it when
My
it was
favorite one
first
was
out
where
because
he's
I
a,
wasn't
like-
here. But
My favorite one was when Key, I guess, was a passenger on a plane and Peel was the flight attendant, and they're having turbulence.
haven't seen that one.
It was you
I
have
think-
to have to watch it. It is hilarious.
I like the one where
one.
I like the one when Peel is a Make-A-Wish child, and one of his wishes is to steal a man's
Jesus.
last breath.
I think
that was a good one.
my favorite one is the jazz scat battle. If you guys haven't seen that one, watch that one.
The
It is
jazz.
I'll have to look that one up.
Remember that one.
hilarious.
I am
I'll look that one
a
up.
huge fan of musicals because I was a theater kid. So the whole rendition they did of One Day More from Les Mis when that came out, brilliantly done. Hilarious. Absolutely.
Oh, look at that. Peter
Yep, I'm about
Griffin.
to highlight it right now. I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has talked about being really obsessed with Twilight Zone. Like that.
Doesn't he
Well,
host the new Twilight
I mean,
Zone?
he hosts
Yes.
it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the host of the new show. So
And I have watched
I
it.
feel it.
Have you all dived into his new anthology? His Black.
No, I haven't
Are
started.
you
reading
muted?
it.
But I didn't
No.
hear it. No, I didn't know that existed.
Oh, there's
Actually,
a new horror
that-
anthology. I haven't gotten it yet, but I do intend to read it.
I add it to my list. Yo, Peter Griffin, how come you don't ever like? You should be on a stream with us.
I know. I'm just
Yo,
thinking
You don't want to
I've
join
been
us for
trying to-
30 Tuesdays?
I
How
have
about
been
Peter
trying
Griffin?
to get
Who
Peter to
are
come on a
you?
camera for years, bro.
He can
Seriously, like the only time I see this dude is
Peter
literally
Griffin
when
could
we're
be any-
streaming.
I mean,
He's
Peter
cool.
Griffin could be
He's cool
anybody.
people. He's cool people. That's the only reason that I really want him on because he's.
Are you my
like I said, he's
landlord?
one of 2 or 3 trolls that I allowed to hold lands in my territory
oops, my bad.
because
gonna
he's
say
that
good.
cool of a guy, but he won't come on
Yeah.
screen.
I mean, he doesn't have to come on screen. He could just like do a little
Yeah,
avatar.
true enough.
Yeah.
I'm saying I've told
I
him
don't know.
that.
I
told
kinda
him,
like
I've
the
known this dude for
mystery.
years.
Yeah, that's
I kind
true.
of like the
do it.
mystery.
I would be
I wish
here
I
for
had
Peter
stayed
Griffin if you
mysterious
had
on the
like
internet.
a voice modulator, you know, so we wouldn't have to even know what your
Right.
voice sounded like. Like there were low
I'm
pass
pretty
filter
sure
on
I
that.
have a program. I already have a program for that. You know, we can make this happen, Peter.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Now
Now I'm not the only one telling them that. So
Yeah,
now
I
that
keep
you're hearing
thinking
it from
about
more
this.
people, I hope you do it. Come on.
Well, since you're
You've
on
been
here,
summoned to the screen, sir.
All right, guys,
we
it's
just
time
did the
for
crash.
Beetlejuice.
Don't make us like dive into those bags.
Do a summoning.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie, since you're here and now, what are your thoughts on Beetlejuice?
I want to know if anybody has a theory on how little old man died.
Beetlejuice died?
Beetlejuice.
Yes, I
Oh.
don't think that I just rewatched the movie again today,
Mm.
and I don't think they mentioned how he
They
died.
did. They never.
No, they never
discussed
say
that.
how he died.
All
So, like
I'm
based
sure
on
of
like
is
the level
that
of rot.
I think it's consumption.
I think he died in doing some manner of fuckery.
Mhm. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
much
I mean,
what
I
I was
thought at
gonna
first
say.
it was a black plague.
Like
then
he
he said
died
that
of
he lived through
syphilis.
it.
Beetlejuice died of
Yeah,
syphilis.
He
yeah.
looks like he
was
could
quite
have died of
syphilis.
syphilis.
I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
And that's why he's crazy, you know?
He's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's
you know,
crazy.
he has
He's
the
horny.
thing.
He's got the
He's
thing.
overly horny and ridiculously crazy. His mind goes like 1,000
people
miles
didn't know.
a minute.
People didn't know it was as easy as penicillin a long time ago.
No, they
So-
didn't. Yeah. You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And
I feel
he-
like
I mean-
highlight this real quick.
I feel like he was like a well-to-do gentleman who went slumming in the shitty neighborhoods and the brothels there and caught syphilis and spread it to a bunch of other people and then died.
You know what?
That's
I think
yeah.
that makes sense because he
I would see him.
he wasn't always this like low life type dude. I mean, he was like the right hand guy of the person
Oh,
that's in
that's right.
charge of their whole spot. So yeah.
See, I see him as like
I
a
think
Theon
that's very fair.
Greyjoy. I see him as like a Theon Greyjoy.
Really?
Like he's a
I
He's a
feel
low
like
life.
that's an insult.
no.
To
He's
Beetlejuice.
definitely
Right.
a low life. He's definitely a low life. He might be a rich, highborn low life, but he's absolutely a low life.
I mean, because like
Spread
think about it. Like
syphilis.
in the movie, he said like when he was like, "Oh, I'm feeling kind of anxious. Oh, it's been about 600 years." And then
Yeah,
the
we
brothel
talked
showed
about
up,
that.
and then he was like super excited, like, "Oh, And not only
exactly.
not
He,
only
he
that.
was trying to bang
Did
Barbara
anybody
the
else-
second he met her.
Oh my god, I know.
Mhm.
But like, did anybody notice? Like, did his little dance to the brothel give anybody else Jack Nicholson vibes in Batman when he was in the museum?
Mm.
A little bit.
I
A little bit.
hadn't thought about that.
Tell-
I
Tim
know,
Burton
that-
is choreographing all the villain dance moves.
Oh my god, that's all I can think of.
I think Beetlejuice was poison. I think he was, a beggar, a robber,
I could see him as a
a
pickpocket.
womanizer. He's probably really abusive to women too. Did a lot of drugs. He was definitely a drunk.
He definitely did a bunch
and
of
I,
drugs.
and I feel like a woman of the night probably slipped him a poisonous drink.
Probably because he was
after he
being
gave
a
her
dick.
Jack the Ripper.
That's
You know
what I
what?
think.
As you're saying that, I could see him absolutely running with like a little street gang and then getting caught up, but poisoned in jail because he sang like a canary.
He's a snitch.
Right. He wants to do all of the fuckery, but if he gets caught, he's gonna do and say give up whoever he has to get out of Dodge.
He is definitely a
It
snitch.
fits.
You don't want to tell
Yeah,
him
it fits.
nothing.
Yeah.
And we know he's a hustler because
just-
look at what he was trying to do the whole first end of the movie.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna
So
say in
bottom
the
line, we
scene
think he
that's
was
in your
murdered.
background. I was gonna say the scene that's in your background. He's a hustler, but he sucks at it.
Exactly, which is why he ended up being fired from his job. He hustled
That your
his
handiwork?
way almost to the top, and she saw that bullshit. She was like, "Nah, get out."
Yeah.
Let's talk about the underworld for a second, because
Ooh.
I know we've talked.
Some
We're all over the
I
place
love the-
today.
I
know,
think I could
I'm
have some
drunk, I'm
fun
sorry.
hanging around.
Look, I already ironed uniforms. I've packed lunches. I am all set to be drunk right now.
Good for you.
Except this baby is awake.
I don't miss those.
He's
schools.
chilling.
How old is he?
I love
No,
the
you got
idea of the underworld as a bureaucracy.
Is that not true hell?
They're low key the IRS.
Say that again.
Like I look at their setup and it reminds me of walking into the federal building downtown. As soon as you go through security, it's just fuckery after random fuckery.
Which reminds
Sorry,
me
I know y'all don't cuss a whole lot.
what
You
you call.
know-
Oh no, I do. It reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've never
Very
watched
good.
that movie.
Has some
watched it.
TVA vibes from Loki.
I was
Yes.
just about to say that too.
Yes.
Yes, Erica.
Yes, Erica. Yes.
Never watched that
Very
either.
that, including all of the tomfoolery where Loki.
I can't wait
especially
to
is
watch.
Involved.
Yeah.
Real
you're
quick.
you're gonna love it.
Real quick, just because we only have a little bit of time left, and we'll get back to Beetlejuice. But Erica, AK, and Jax, please plug whatever you need to plug, whatever you got going on. Tell us what you got going on. Erica, starting with you. What do we need to watch? Where can we find you?
I don't even know. I'm just here.
No, that's not true. Nerds and Herbs and Words podcast. We can
Yes.
drop in the
Oh, is
chat
that
so we
you?
can all subscribe.
Well, yeah, I was gonna
me.
say now I need to subscribe.
All right, so I'm Nerds, Herbs, and Words on Twitter, Instagram, Threads. It's a podcast. We talk about books and comics while smoking weed, different types of cannabis and CBD. I also publish fabulizemag.com, which is a Black feminist nerd publication. Yeah. And I'm usually just talking about books and pop culture all across social media. So you can always find me somewhere talking too much or giving my nerdy opinions a thing.
I adore that. Peter, do me a favor. Type something else in the chat so I can move that last statement up away from the freaking heart emoji. I don't know why they put that stupid thing there. So I can click 3 dots and subscribe. It annoys me so much.
I might not subscribe.
Of all the changes they could do to the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Jackie, go ahead. Or sorry, Jack. I keep calling you Jackie. You're Jax. Whatever you are.
You're fine. I mean, the one thing I really got going for me is I guess I'm on TikTok. Jack Sheb, JACSHEB, and sometimes I post my videos on Instagram and Facebook, but mostly they're on the Tickety Talk.
Jack Sheb.
TikTok is ruining
Speaking
my
of Johnny Depp, if you want to see some really hilarious coverage of that trial, Jax killed it. Some of the funniest things I've seen on TikTok. It was hilarious. AK, what you got going
my
on?
hot.
Well, I did have a lot going on, but since what I had going on was mostly live streams coming up, those have been put on pause, which really irks my nerves because we only have about a week and a half left of the spooky season, and that's about how long the channel that the company that has copyrighted my live stream has to give a response before the thing is dropped. It's very annoying. So I probably won't get to do half of what I really wanted to do for spooky season, but because Nikki is awesome and the writers group that we're in is also awesome, I do have one really cool thing that's coming out. Actually, Jax, I forgot, is in said group. We got some cool short stories coming out to the tune of 2 Sentence Horror Stories. Where did everyone disappear to?
Come back.
Please and thank you. So I had this idea of writing some short stories, but because I live alone and those stories tend to scare me sometimes, I've been procrastinating for about 3 years in doing this project. But
I didn't know it was 3 years in the making.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this and wanting to do it for a while, but it didn't come into fruition. But Nikki was like, "Hey, AK, I'm doing this thing. You want to come with?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool, I can do that." And I met Jackie and a whole bunch of other very awesome creative people, and they decided to come along this journey with me. So I've got some short stories that will be released, probably one a day once Nikki's done doing her magic with them. And I hope you guys enjoy when it comes out. If I can do the streams as recordings for when everyone gets all the things together, I had some cool countdowns for vampires, favorite werewolves, favorite witches. You guys talked about The Craft the other day. They were on my list. And me and my friends and some of my sisters were going to do some really cool stuff. But I can't live stream now because somebody... I don't even know why they try to claim my thing, because my channel's not even monetized. I do this for fun. I just like hanging out with my friends. So we'll see where that goes.
Tanya is also a part of I forgot what the Midnight Society. She is the voice of our intro.
Tanya in. Yes. Yeah. I wanted to do the cool intro because it's done as a tribute to my love of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And there was a cool intro in the pilot episode of that I thought could be work really well for our stories. And Tanya voiced that for me. And I listened to it. I thought it was great.
I could have done more with it, but I had no time.
That's okay. It's still great.
It was great.
I appreciate the callback because that made me laugh. you guys weren't here, but Tanya started the stream.
Saying,
and she's like, "We're talking about Ghostbusters," but she was so sincere.
I'm very confident.
I mean, she technically wasn't wrong, though.
Technically, she wasn't wrong because
wrong.
It's like Erica was saying, right? And you guys are saying, like, if we're going to go Beetlejuice franchise, that's what they did in the cartoon.
Yeah,
they ghostbusted.
So, they ghostbusted. So so those are the big things that I have going on. Outside of that, once I do get my streaming privileges back, me and my cousin Funda, we will continue covering Foundation season 2, and with the ladies, I will be on. We're on Meeks' channel now because I can't stream. Me, her, and Lady D. Once I get my privileges back, we'll jump back to my channel talking about Loki. We just did episodes 1, 2, and 3. Next week we'll be on Meeks chatting about 4, and also with DJ 11. I talk about The Boys, not The Boys, Gen V, which is a spinoff of The Boys, which is a very great show. If you guys haven't started watching that yet, you should. It's quite nice.
The Boys.
Let's see. Peter Griffin. I thought you'd never ask. Our next stream is what we're wrapping out our 30 Tuesday Spooky Season Film Festival with on Halloween night next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Can I sing it?
Yes. Jackie, plug your ears.
Go ahead.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
We are doing Nightmare on Elm Street #1, the original.
We're technically going over one day because last year we did part 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street. So
Dream
we're
Warriors,
gonna wrap up.
One of my faves.
Yeah, we're my #1 fave in that series. We're gonna wrap up the Nancy trilogy on the 1st, which is Wednesday.
Is that
right
what?
after,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do Wes Craven's
Wes
New
Craven's New
Nightmare,
Nightmare.
and yeah, and that'll be the official end of spooky season.
Well, let's
Well,
I may not be able to make it that one.
That's okay.
Tomorrow, I'm
principle.
going to be streaming with Costume Co. about the fall of the House
Oh
of
yes,
Usher.
yes. I will be there too. Actually, I need to speed run the rest of those episodes like tonight.
I finished it today.
I don't have time to watch it yet, but it's on my list.
It's really good.
How many
I
episodes
enjoyed
is it total?
8.
How many episodes is it, Tanya?
8.
8. Okay.
8.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can do 2 tonight and do the rest while I'm working tomorrow. Cool. I'll be ready.
See, we can all learn to live together, like the ghosts and the family in this movie. We can all.
I don't think that would be terribly hard.
All right. Final thoughts on Beetlejuice, Nikki.
Oh. Well, second to last things. I will go last because then we have to do something else after that. Final thoughts on Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I'll just go, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm the kind of person where I wonder, well, like, it just based on how active Michael Keaton was in that movie, I wonder if he had a lot of headaches during the shooting of the movie, because he was very, very blah, 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 and I was just like, oh my God, chill, but I actually, I don't know. It's just, I feel like there may have been some kind of plot holes in the movie. I mean, because like whatever happened with since whatever happened to Otho, did he stay friends with them? Did he get too freaked out? Because he's the one that started the whole seance or whatever about like sending.
I think he ran away.
They threw him in. They threw him in the polyester suit, and he ran away.
Yeah. He will never set foot in Connecticut again.
Yeah, Mr. And it's funny because he was like,
in the movie.
he was so crazy, but he was like the most sensitive. He's like, there's something here.
Yeah,
Can't
like
be
they
mad
did
at Otho.
some real foreshadowing in the beginning of the movie with when they first got to the afterlife, and she opened that door to the shadow. Like, what was that? Like lost souls or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they ended up almost being lost souls.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. AK, right?
What?
It's like, what if he shows up in part 2?
What if he's the villain that they have to fight in part 2?
Maybe he died. Maybe he's the one that Beetlejuice has to save them from.
I would.
Well,
I would
the
watch
actor
for that.
is dead, I think. I'm gonna double check, but I think that actor
R.I.P.
is dead.
Oh,
R.I.P. I did not know that.
Hold on, I'm gonna check. Hold on, I'm
Otho?
gonna check. I don't want to accidentally kill somebody.
oh.
Oh
I
yeah, he
definitely
died
like the
like
cartoon.
13 years ago.
I definitely
that
like the
actor's
cartoon
dead.
series better. I think the cartoon series had more consistency to it because, of course, it was a series. I prefer Lydia and Beetlejuice not to be romantically linked. I like them just being like buddy and like solving like paranormal
The buddy cop.
Yeah, buddy cop relationship. I mean, he could be infatuated with her, but that's it. Because let's face it, he is
Gross.
He's very gross. So, and plus, he's much older than her. She's still a kid in the series. I think she's like in high school or something like that. So I prefer that storyline as opposed to what they wanted it to be, obviously. And I hope they don't circle back to that for Beetlejuice 2 because I probably wouldn't watch it.
Ew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Depp was her love interest.
Because they can't seem to resist. Like Tim Burton, like
Tim Burton, yeah.
guys, get a room.
They're really good.
He's like
Look,
known for shipping his best friend and are him
and his wife
Helena still married? Yeah, because that was like the trio. Every time I saw his name
Jackie
on a movie,
C.
I said those two are definitely going to be in it. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie C.
Oh yeah, not me. I was like,
no,
you're Jackie B.
Chat. We're talking about chat room, Jackie.
Yeah,
I can't see the chat room.
No, I must have not turned on the permissions. You have to just open YouTube on another tab, but mute it.
Yeah. Pull up the stream on YouTube and mute it.
Yeah.
Can everybody see the chat room, or is it just you guys?
No. Well, in StreamYard you can see it too if it's on the right side.
In
of the screen.
StreamYard, if you look on the right where it says private
comments.
chat and comments, click on comments.
It should be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I will
think I
say-
have to
Jackie?
revisit the cartoon, Erica, but I do remember, like, I remember it's something that I would come home and watch, like, wait for and watch when after school. You know, I enjoyed it every time it
Thank
was
you,
on.
Erica.
Yeah, it definitely was like I definitely contributed to me having appreciation for dark fantasy because that's kind of like what I envision as dark fantasy, being infatuated with someone in a different world, different, time, whatever. But I just want to go on a quick Tim Burton rant in 30 seconds.
Go for it.
So I went to the
Okay.
MoMA, I believe he was at the MoMA. He had like a really extended installation there back in like 2012, I believe. And it was so, I was in awe of like the installations he did, the stop motion. It was like all over the wall. It was a very visually, aesthetically, whatever you think of Tim Burton, it was like maximalism time 10 in the MoMA. But I hate the fact that he cannot see Black people in his creativity. Like, how is your creative aesthetic anti-Black? Like, that is so wild to me.
It's weird.
It is very strange.
It's very strange, and that's the end of my rant.
Yeah, it is definitely like weirdo behavior. Like, we Black people are in the future. To break it to ya.
You're not going to leave Earth and colonize anywhere in space where we're not going to be.
We will be there first. We're like, so who are you?
Predict we'll make all Black film soon.
What'd you say?
I said, do y'all predict that that Tim Burton will make an all Black film?
No,
he would never do that.
No, because I imagine it. If he did, if he did, I would imagine it being like Stephen King writing Black people in the 80s.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say he has as much chance of doing that as Stephen King does of having an all Black movie. And I do like Stephen King, but Lord,
please don't write Black people.
That's putting it lightly.
You can't be Black in a Stephen King book or novel unless you're magical, and then you also can't speak English.
Like,
I was gonna say you have to speak
jive.
You literally have to speak jive. And it's funny because in the Dark Tower, he kind of like not makes up for it, but kind of corrects it, because the character that's like speaking this absolute ridiculous jive is actually like pretending to be lower class.
Yeah.
And the I forgot her name, Susanna. And somebody calls her out and is like, that's not even how Black people talk. And I'm like, somebody said something to him. Because the character, like, anyway, I don't want to spoil the Dark Tower.
Yeah, I feel like all of his Black characters sound like they're runaway slaves who like caught a train to the north, and he just happened to like jump on this in the same car with them. And I'm just like, what?
He just like overheard some of the conversation and filled in the blanks.
It's terrible. Although I have to say that my favorite Stephen King book right now is The Talisman. And if you guys have never read that, Tanya has my copy. But if you've never, it's so good.
Yeah.
That is we should do that for spooky season next time. Because it is really, it's just, it's another thing where the veil is really thin between the worlds.
Right. I'm kind of obsessed with Tananarive.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it, and I really want to read the Reformatory by Tananarive Due. Because I told her we would cover it in our book club when I met her at Comic-Con.
Totally will.
Yeah, I think that was the other book that I was trying to remember that you said you were going to cover before you guys had switched one of the last.
Yeah, we were going to do what's it called? My Soul to Keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to do My Soul to Keep, and then we ended up doing something else, and then we kind of forgot about it.
Yeah,
but
it was Gilded Ones, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, look at that.
Mortuary.
I don't know what that stands for.
I will not. I will.
I got a signed copy, Erica.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm gonna grab my copy. Hold on.
Friday nights. What?
Five Nights at Freddy's. It's based on a horror video game.
My son
does
has
have
been
an
dying to
interesting
play that.
concept.
No, oh hell no,
he
he's
might
not gonna.
he might enjoy it, but I don't think I'm gonna go see the movie. I allegedly know a way to view it without leaving my home. So if I watch that, I will be doing it from my couch.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
okay,
we're
final
over
thoughts on
time.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, let's get our final thoughts
Yeah.
out.
Final thoughts on Beetlejuice. I think the first time I saw this movie, I was like 8 or 9, maybe. Thought it was hilarious, and as I've gotten older, it's just gotten funnier. I'm pretty sure that me and my cousin Daphne could sit here right now and recite every line and redo every scene for you from memory right now without a problem. So basically all that, just I love this movie. I don't ever see myself not liking or wanting to talk about this movie in any way, shape, or form. It's great, and if once part 2 comes in, if they actually do get past the writer strike and this happens, I just want a really good continuation of a storyline. I don't want just a rehash of everything we've already seen. Move the story forward, otherwise why are we here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. No. I have
10 out of 10.
Tanya and I, instead of giving you guys our final thoughts, we are going to bestow upon you a charm and a trick.
Yes,
this again.
It is our brand new segment where we are wrapping up every stream.
I'm not choosing something
with a charm and a trick. So ask us for something that you want in the world. A charm is something that you'd want. Like, imagine that we're genies, and we're going to grant you the wish with a trick, because magic always comes at a price. And so Peter and Jackie, feel free to drop yours in the chat.
No. Who should we start with? What would your what charm would you like, Erica?
Reparations.
Oh man, I feel like that's already got tricks built in.
No.
Have I got a?
I mean, we're already never going to get them, so I don't even know how much more tricky you could get with that.
Go for it, Tanya.
I've got a trick for you.
You'll
get reparations, but your grandchildren will be biracial, and then their grandchildren will be mixed as well, until your family is completely white, and the reparations will not trickle down.
Oh no, not you gonna die. Why would you Diana Ross me?
My sister's personally taking offense because it's hitting too close to home over here.
It's hitting too close to home. I didn't say it's a bad thing to be biracial. I'm just saying. Eventually, the family will be white, and so the reparations won't apply. So by the time the reparations happen, your family will no longer be black.
You won't be eligible anymore. Wow.
They won't be eligible.
See, yeah. I asked to be a successful writer the other day, and I was told, yeah, I'm gonna be successful like 200 years after I die. I don't have any kids. That's not gonna affect anything. Why?
Yeah, I said that every time you went to publish, that your data would disappear and your book.
What's your trick for Erica?
That's why I have backups of everything.
Jeez. I feel like that's really hard because mine was similar going to be a whitening. But hold on one second. My smart speaker telling me it's time to go to bed.
I love her smart speaker. It tells her what to do.
It
whitening.
It rules my life.
Look, Terminator is already happening.
I got nothing for that because I feel like all this like things that we're experiencing now are already the trick. I can't top it. Our life is the trick. We're living the trick because we were promised them.
Yeah,
Jackie's like, I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about.
What's your charm, Jackie?
Run, Jackie, run.
What would you like? We're your genies. What's your wish, darling?
Equality.
Run.
For all.
Don't give me
what
that.
trick?
Okay.
Why did you say that?
I got a trick for you. I got a trick.
No, I don't want to hear the trick for that one.
For
World
equality. I got a trick
Jackie,
for equality. Equality. That means everyone gets the same thing. So if you're negative $400,000 and everybody gets $1,000, guess what? You're still negative $399,000.
Well, darn, Jackie. Jackie, it didn't work out. It just asked.
Yeah, don't look. But both of
Everybody gets the same thing.
Come on, I
Everybody
expect
gets
better
the
from
same
both of
thing,
y'all.
but if you're in a deficit, unfortunately, you're not going to get out of the hole. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Mine
would be something more. Mine would be something more obnoxious, like, it goes.
I will
like,
say,
stubs like
Nikki's were
toe
a bit
stubbing.
funnier.
Toe stubbing.
I'll stub something else if there's a trick involved.
Yeah. Well, everybody will
stub my
feel
toe,
like
I'll
they'll be
just
mad
break
at
it.
you. I'm trying to
No.
think. Let me think. I've got no evil in me today because I'm too tired.
I'm
You guys
always
are just
overflowing with
equality, really?
Well, when
Equality.
you put on the
What's
spot,
you really
if you
wish
wanted
for?
a charm, you have to think about something
it's
like
a
really,
bullshit
really hard, like
charm.
something that could possibly have no trick.
No.
There's
Equality
nothing
comes
Well,
that no
quality's
that
so vague that
nothing
you can make it any
exists.
trick you want.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
so
a literal
vague.
monkey's paw. There,
You know what? Every
so
time
everybody-
every time you get a box for Christmas or a Christmas present, everyone will get one, except they'll always be filled with snakes.
You know I
I
hate
don't
snakes.
get
Why would you do that to
Christmas
me?
anymore? So
That's equality.
So it's equal. It's equal. Everybody gets snakes.
it is
Everybody
equal.
gets them.
Everyone's getting it.
Yeah.
Again, I told you
said,
to
I don't wanna
run,
play
ma'am.
anymore.
Grimlock is co-signing.
I don't wanna
AK, you
hear
gotta
him,
play
right?
again. Oh, you know what?
I cannot.
I
believe
do.
the
Do
way-
I have to? I did mine on Tuesday. Wait, no, shit. Today's Tuesday. I did mine on Sunday.
Today's
See,
Tuesday,
you messed
honey.
me up so bad with your tricks on Sunday. I was still stuck. My brain was stuck.
I have one. Every time I do my hair, I want it to come out exactly how I want. Because today I was going for Lydia, straight pointy vibes, but alas,
I mean, that looks better anyway. So
it does
I-
not.
I-
Here,
I-
Chris,
Your
nice to
hair
talk
will-
to you. So wait on that follow, girl.
Your hair will.
Lydia hair
hair
was
will
a
come out
mess. Your
just
hair
the way
looks
you
way
want.
better than hers.
It does.
Oh.
Nikki, your hair looks
But I
bomb.
wanted it to
Hold
be
on.
a mess.
I got to give Nikki her trick. Your hair is gonna come out the way you want in the front, but you're gonna have bald patches in the back.
I love
okay,
it.
that's a good one.
Oh goodness.
I don't know
All
what to
right.
pick.
All right, Tanya, give me yours. Bring us on home.
I'm gonna give you something easy to mess up.
Oh no, I like it. Give it to me hard. Ha ha ha. That was too
That's what
easy.
she said.
I did.
My charm. My charm will be that I can eat and drink to excess without suffering any of the consequences that come with eating and drinking to excess.
You know exactly
So
where
no
that's
no
going.
liver disease. Yeah, no liver disease, no kidney disease. I can
I can
drink
give you the
bourbon
trick
and
right
eat
now.
fried chicken and live my life. What's the trick?
You know why you're going to be able to do that? That's cool. You can do all that, but the only way to achieve that goal and not have any of those diseases, if you have to expel that out of your body, which means you're going to be vomiting after every
No,
delicious meal.
but that's what she just said to without any of those things happening. Because obviously
no, she said without any diseases and things
no,
happening.
she
Vomiting
said
is
negative.
an-
No,
Did you say negative consequences?
I said the
said
negative
without of the
consequences.
Consequences.
Okay, I
associated
didn't hear
therewith,
that part. My bad.
right? So that's
Yeah.
that's tricky.
Hi, Garvey.
Yeah, he's still
I
awake.
hear him back there.
I know.
Of course
We
he
gotta
is.
wrap up so I can
Don't
put
worry,
him to
my
bed.
baby's awake too. He's rolling around his crib. I hear him thumping around his crib right now. Boy's stubborn as hell.
Ooh, here's Jackie's trick. I slowly melt away like that movie
Slowly
Thinner.
melt away.
Did you remember that movie?
No matter how much you eat, you can't get full. Oof. Oof.
Ooh,
Yeah. You don't have
yeah,
those negative consequences, but you still gonna be
but I
hungry.
never get full. Ooh, tough.
Your trick should be that your partner feels it for you.
Oh, that's evil.
Oh, I
Damn.
like that.
Oh,
I like that. It's like, you know what? Yeah.
He's just gonna be shaking and throwing up and shitting everywhere.
No, it's got to be
Jeez.
gas. It's got to be putrid hot gas.
While he's teaching his classes, he's just gonna be shitting up the room.
Yeah.
Hey
I
man,
hope
you
he's
want
not watching.
You gotta feel
Hey,
it.
look, put him in a plastic bubble.
I hope he's not watching.
John Travolta his ass.
Ooh,
My
he'll
God.
pass out from the stench. Ooh,
Oh man.
that's
terrible.
horrible.
They make oxygen tubes and stuff for that.
All right.
All right,
Well,
guys.
you know
It's
what
past
it is.
everyone's
Bring,
No open
bedtime.
flames.
bring your charms for
Did
next
we miss
week.
anybody? Yes, bring
Yeah,
your charms for
I'm-
next
I'm
week. This is
taking-
going to be a
I-
regular thing now.
Okay, because we
taking
gave
a
her
hard
last
pass.
time. She gets a pass.
Yeah, so
Well,
I
thank
won't be
you
able
for joining us.
to be a part of the one for next week. So I'll be trick or treating with my boys. And honestly, this one freaks me out.
Yeah, but
So-
trick or treating is gonna be done by 9
I know. I'll,
got two
I'll be
neighborhoods
on
to
here.
go
have no
to.
excuse.
because I'm gonna be
We
drunk.
got 2 neighborhoods.
Oh well, I'm only doing one then. Anyway,
Well,
bye
yeah.
guys.
I just have to
Have a good
highlight
night.
this. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Join us. Join us next week for A Nightmare on Elm
Yes,
Street.
Nightmare on
Same place,
Elm
same
Street.
time. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, AK. Thank you, Jax. Please check out Jax GB and Nerds, Herbs, and Words and AK Watch. And we will see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.